You are Locked On Phillies Postcast, part of Locked On Sports Philadelphia, on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Oh boy, welcome to the show, everybody. You're Locked On Phillies Postcast on the Locked On Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. My name is Mark Farzetta. Thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. Philadelphia Phillies get the come-from-behind 6-4 victory over the New York Mets. Where were you when Cal Stevenson saved the season? It really is the latest edition, and I thought we were done with saving the season thing. I thought we were done with the whole thing about, hey, you know what, are the Phillies back? You know, that whole thing. But then they get their behinds kicked game one of this series, and then they fall down in a 4-0 hole to start out game two of this three-game set. And we're all thinking doom and gloom. I know I was thinking doom and gloom. I was still thinking the Phillies would win the division, but it was going to be a little bit tighter than I really assumed. But then Bryce Harper woke up from his home run slumber for 2 homers in this game. It had been 30 games since he went yard, and he went yard twice for his 27th and 28th home runs of the season. And then a little bit of a scare in his last at bat. Swung a little too hard. But still, before that, Cal Stevenson stepped up to the plate, and he was amazing in this game, both at the plate and in the field, robbing a game-tying home run. How do you like that? Also, Taijuan Walker, holy Stromboli. Where did that come from? I was begging Rob Thompson, don't put him out there for a third inning. Don't put him out there for a third inning. He'll get shelled in the next inning. Don't put him out there. He put him out there, and he was fine. How about that? Taijuan Walker coming up huge. And then there was one particular play that we'll get into a little bit later, and it wasn't even a play. It was just a decision not to swing, because I was fully prepared to just rip into the Phillies. Going into maybe the 6th inning, I want to say it was, I was like, I tip my cap to the opponent when it's necessary, when the opponent does a great job. Last night we talked about Jose Quintana doing a great job against the Phils. That was that. Tip your cap to the opponent. They get paid too, as they say, right? But I was not prepared to do that for Luis Severino, who was simply taking advantage. I felt bad. I felt like he was just being mean. That's what I felt like. Because the Phillies approach tonight, this afternoon, whatever, in the early goings of this game, really into the 6th inning, I felt, and I don't want to use bad words here, but the Phillies' approach to the plate was stupid. It was really stupid. And Luis Severino was taking advantage of a really stupid approach by the Philadelphia Phillies. Whether it was Nick Castellanos, whether it was Trea Turner, whether it was even Kyle Schwarber in this game. Stupid approaches, time after time. I'm watching 3-1 counts with the Phillies up in the count. Then they get a ball off the plate that they're still swinging at and either waving at, flailing at, fishing for, or they're just putting it off the knuckles for a lazy line drive to shortstop. Whatever, or they're rolling over one on a bouncer to third. Stupid. I am fully prepared. Tip my cap when the other team deserves the hat tip. This particular instance, I was fully prepared to just be railing on the Phils for dumb approaches. But then one particular instance happened that really turned the tides of the game. We'll talk about that coming up. But thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for watching Locked On Phillies Postcast. Once again, my name is Mark Farzetta. Thanks for being along for the ride here. This particular episode is brought to you by PrizePicks. Go to PrizePicks.com/LockedOnMLB. That's PrizePicks.com/LockedOnMLB, all lowercase. You can win $50 instantly when you play just $5 on PrizePicks. And thanks again for making Locked On Phillies Postcast your first listen every day. We are free and available wherever you get your postcasts and your podcasts. We're on YouTube, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Let's start it off as we always do with 3 big things. Number 3. Yeah, we'll go up on this one. Taijuan Walker. I did not have him on my bingo card for wanting to lavish praise upon him. But when the Phillies were trailing 4-0, they needed somebody to come in out of the bullpen. After Kolby Allard was done in the top of the 4th inning, the bottom of the 3rd inning, the Phillies were already down 4-0. You enter the 4th inning, and the Phillies are trailing 4-0. Taijuan Walker comes in. He gives up the single to Acuña's little brother, right? That happened. And then he gets the double play with Iglesias. Then he gives up another single, but gets out of that by getting Brandon Nimmo to ground out to second base. Phillies rewarded his efforts by at least getting one run back in the bottom of the fourth inning. That came on the first home run of the game from Bryce Harper. More on him later. But then in the fifth inning, Walker comes out again, gives up one hit, but gets out of that inning, no problem. Sixth inning is where I was nervous. Were you nervous? I was nervous. I knew the Phillies were going to be hurting for some more offense. So even a run, even 2 runs in that sixth inning with Taijuan Walker going back out there, I was a little nervous. I wasn't nervous for long. It was a 1-2-3 inning. Thank you very much, Taijuan Walker. Way to be. Steadies the ship, rights the ship after Kolby Allard goes out there and just gets a shellacked through 3 innings, basically. Giving up those 4 runs, losing the zone, walking in a run, basically the exact opposite of what the Phillies needed out of a starter today. But Taijuan Walker, he was the guy that helped turn the tides of this game from the mound. And then Bryce Harper, of course, coming in at number 2. So number 3, I look at Taijuan Walker. Number 2, I look at Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper, again, 30 games since his last home run. And we know he has put him off the wall. He has put him off the top of the wall. He's been slapping doubles in the gaps for the last couple of weeks. We have seen his batting average rise, but we have not seen the power numbers from Bryce Harper, unfortunately. Wouldn't you know it, that his first home run in 30 games were going to be down when you were down 4-0. And I was like, all right, you know what, fourth inning, all right, you got something going here. You got a home run. Bryce Harper stepped up there after a 3-1 ground out from Trea Turner. Yeah, 3 on the exchange first. Alonso to Severino. And then Harper goes up there, and he gets a changeup away, and he goes with the pitch. Opposite field, left center, 397 feet, first pitch of the at-bat. He goes the other way. It's a 4-1 game. Way to go, Bryce Harper. I love to see it. Then after Walker, again, steadied the ship. You go into the bottom of the 6th inning. This time Severino is still in the game. This is where things really turned. And I'm going to give an honorable mention here. We're still talking about Bryce Harper, but an honorable mention to Trea Turner. Because as I told you before, I was not prepared to be like, wow, Luis Severino was so great tonight. He was so great against the Phils. We got to tip your cap to the opponent because they get paid too. No. The Phillies were stupid. The Phillies were dumb. Their approaches were awful. So it's at 67 pitches, Luis Severino in the bottom of the 6th inning. He faces Stevenson. He gets him to fly out to right field. Then he faces Schwarber. He gets him to ground out to second. Then Trea Turner. Okay, let's pause it right here. Trea Turner steps up to the plate. He works a 3-2 count, works the count full. He actually lays off, I believe it was a sweeper, low in the zone, lays off it. Now, here's what's so beautiful about this in particular. It was Brandon Marsh was up in the count at 1.31 in the 3rd inning. He took one, put it into play, grounded out to second, putting one off the knuckles, leading a little dribbler. So he's up 3-1, pitch off the plate, pitch low in the zone. He goes down and he just rolls over it to the right side of the infield, and Brandon Marsh makes the out. Cody Clemens was up in the count 3-1. He gets a sinker barely in the zone, would have been worth taking it to a full count. He fouls out to left field. There was another instance. Nick Castellanos gets up in the count earlier in the ball game. And again, 3-1 count. This time he gets a sinker off the hands. He flies out on a lazy fly ball to shallow center field. Time and time again, the Phillies are turning down walks that are right there for the taking that Luis Severino is serving up to them. And they're saying, no. I'm going to be aggressive as all hell. And I get how that could be their normal strategy. And I get that a lot of people will say, well, the Phillies is just what they do. They're an aggressive team. I get that. But if you're constantly noticing through the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th inning that the pitcher, and then into the 6th inning, that the pitcher is constantly getting you out on pitches outside the zone, maybe lay off if you have a pitch to burn, like a 3-1 count, for instance. It was bad. It was a bad approach. So the Phillies at this point, they go into that 6th inning. Trea Turner's coming up to the plate, and I'm just hoping that he can lay off a 3-2 pitch. Sure enough, 3-2 pitch, low in the zone. Again, I think it was a sweeper. He lays off of it, and he works a 2-out walk. So now you got the 6th inning, 2 outs, runner on first base. Bryce Harper steps up to the plate. Harper works a great at-bat, 7-pitch at-bat, also works a full count. And the 3rd straight sweeper he got in that at-bat from Luis Severino, he belts 386 feet to right field for a 2-run home run to pull the Phillies to within 1 run. They were down 4. Now it's a 4-3 game thanks to a solo home run and a 2-run home run of Bryce Harper. Love to see it. Then the drama really starts to build as we go to number 1. I feel like Cal Stevenson has become the Dave Dombrowski apology for Whit Merrifield. Now, I know the timing isn't exactly right, but what Whit Merrifield was supposed to be at this point in the season, Cal Stevenson has been. He has been fantastic. And I've talked about it a lot when it comes to the beginning of the season and what got the Phillies to the point that they were at in terms of being the best team in baseball and the best record in baseball consistently before they hit a real bad skid since coming back from London. Since really that West Coast trip out in Colorado where they went there against the Rockies, and then they also went up against the Giants. Really, ever since then, this Phillies team has come crashing back down to earth. So you've been waiting for someone. You've been waiting for somebody at the bottom of the lineup to really start get things going again. Cal Stevenson seems to be, he wants to be that guy. He's won a game for you already in the last couple of games here, bringing you back against Tampa Bay. And then he comes out tonight, and he has a huge opportunity in that 7th inning. They bring in the lefty, Danny Young, to start off that 7th inning. Stott goes out there and gets the single to left to start things off. Real Muto follows with another single. Bang, bang, boom, 1st and 2nd, nobody out. Brandon Marsh lays down the sac bunt. I guess that's what you do with him against the lefty. They execute it. He's almost safe at first. You almost have a bases-loaded situation with nobody out. They then bring Young. They take Young out. They bring in Garrett. They go lefty-righty. Garrett comes into the game to face Wilson. He strikes out Wilson on a 99-mile-per-hour fastball that dusts the outside corner. Great pitch. That is a tip-your-cap moment. Then Stevenson steps up to the plate. Stevenson steps up to the plate. He gets the 3-2 fastball, a cutter, actually, and he puts it down the right field line for a 2-run double, gets the Phillies to the 5-4 lead at that point. 2-run double, puts them up 5-4. Phillies are cooking, baby. And I never felt like I felt just get the lead. This Mets team, they're not going to come back on you. They feel good about it. They're not going to come back on you. They're going to do it. They got it. This ain't the Orioles hitting walk-off home runs against Sir Anthony Dominguez like the Mets did about a month or so ago. Stevenson comes up huge, works the full count, puts the cut fastball down the right field line for a 2-run double. Phillies go up 5-4. Schwarber works a walk. Turner then strikes out on a 3-2 sweep. 8th inning comes around after Jeff Hoffman did his job after hitting Marte. Is able to retire the last 2 hitters he faced. And then the Phillies close it out. JT Realmuto gets the insurance run with the RBI double to center field. That brings home Nick Castellanos after Nick Castellanos worked a 2-out base hit to left. That was good to see. Harper in that 8th inning did swing gingerly. And what was so concerning about that, the last pitch he saw, he took a fastball away. I think it got the corner. He didn't even offer at it, which is, I mean, if you think about the first home run that he hit, he went with the pitch the other way. It was the outer half of the plate. It wasn't the outside corner, but it was the outer half, and he went with it. This one, he didn't even want to offer at. I don't know if, and I heard Kruk allude to it as well, that maybe he just didn't want to offer at it because that would hurt real bad. But unfortunately, or fortunately, I should say, he already did some damage with 2 home runs earlier in the ballgame. One thing I don't want to gloss over with Cal Stevenson. Let's not forget this with Stevenson. 8th inning, Hoffman's pitching. Martinez comes up to the plate. It's a 1-run ball game. He swings, hits a long fly ball, deep center field. Back is Cal Stevenson, galloping like a gazelle back to the warning track, times it perfectly, and gets it right in the palm of the mitt, like just above the heel of the mitt. And he robs a game-tying home run for JD Martinez in that situation. Phillies stay up 1 run. And then, yes, again, JT Realmuto gets the RBI double to center field to get the Phillies that 6-4 lead. And then Estevez comes in there, gives a leadoff single, and they're able to get out of it after that with a 1-2-3 after the leadoff single, that is. So love to see this from the Phillies. They did exactly what they needed to do, but there was one particular instance that we'll get into when it comes to what you need to see the Phillies do in this game. And finally, one guy did it. We'll go back to it and talk about it when we come back. A little bit later in the program, of course, we'll get your comments on this game and how much of a relief it is to see the Phillies now with their magic number at 7. How about that. This is Locked On Phillies Postcast and the Locked On Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. My name is Mark Farzetta. Make sure you guys hit like and subscribe on Locked On Sports Philadelphia for each and every Locked On Phillies Postcast. Back in a second. Oh, Tonal. The hot summer days. Today was beautiful, but the hot summer days are going to be behind us before you know it. It's going to be chilly. We're going to be the fall. You're not going to feel like going out there and running or going to the gym or anything like that. That's why you need Tonal, okay? For those of us that thrive on getting stuff done, including workouts, every minute counts. That's why you need Tonal. The smart strength training system that takes the guesswork out of working out so you can make sure you're making the most out of every single rep. Tonal is the world's smartest and most effective strength training system that helps you get stronger and stronger. Powered by AI, Tonal learns with every rep, so it can deliver workouts personalized just for you. Tonal learns from your movement and provides suggested weight recommendations for every move with detailed progress reports, so you know just how much better you're getting. They even create personalized programs for you and workout suggestions or recommendations based on your individual goals. It's like having a personal trainer in your home with you as you use Tonal. And Tonal will optimize every workout just for you. Unlike traditional gym equipment, Tonal uses adaptive digital weight to advance your training techniques. For professional athletes, whatever the case might be, professional athletes to mom of three, Tonal is trusted by thousands who have become their strongest, their absolute best, thanks to using Tonal. Right now, Tonal is offering our listeners and our viewers $200 off your Tonal purchase with promo code LOCKEDONMLB. That's promo code LOCKEDONMLB at Tonal.com. Use promo code LOCKEDONMLB for $200 off your purchase. That's Tonal.com. Promo code LOCKEDONMLB for $200 off your Tonal purchase. Just like that. And once again, thank you for making Locked On Sports Philadelphia your first listen every day. For your second listen, perhaps enjoy Locked On MLB podcast with host Paul Sully Sullivan. He's here daily to provide national expertise with his trademark humor to help you get ready for the MLB playoffs. Prepare for the Fall Classic with Sully, who has it all covered every single day on Locked On MLB, available on YouTube, wherever you get your podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. I really felt like during this game, it was going to take one inning for the Phillies to just realize the error of their ways. And it wasn't even the Bryce Harper solo home run. Solo home runs are not crooked numbers, as we all know. But in that sixth inning, when there was 2 outs in the inning, and Trea Turner took that sweeper low off the shoelaces, basically, he laid off of it and worked that walk. That's where I felt something special was going to happen. Because earlier in the game, it was frustrating, very frustrating watching this Phillies team constantly flail away at pitches outside the zone, roll over pitches inside, sinkers inside, off the plate, giving a little bit of an easy way out there for Luis Severino. And then finally, when they just developed a little bit of patience, they were able to make the comeback trail begin. And you could look at the obvious with Taijuan Walker. You could look at Orion Kerkering doing his job in this game today. You can look at all these guys contributing. But really, when you start thinking about the little things, whether it's Trea Turner laying off a ball that's outside the zone finally, whether it's Cal Stevenson coming up clutch, despite the fact that he's a bottom of the order guy, despite the fact that today was his 43rd Major League Baseball game. This is his third team in as many years. Despite all that, he's still finding a way to help the ball club. This is the stuff that championship seasons are made of. And I know just yesterday, you weren't feeling as good. Certainly. Who would after a loss like that, especially to a rival like the Mets, who have been one of the hottest teams in baseball since they came back from London, unlike the Phillies, who have not been one of the hottest teams in baseball since they came back from London. Not blaming London. I'm just saying as a time frame. I'll just say since June 8th. Because since June 8th, they haven't been that impressive. But all in all, you need every single body on this team to be able to rally the troops, especially when you have guys like Alec Bohm that's trying to make his way back on the comeback trail right now on the rehab assignment in AA, I think he's in. Same thing with Edmundo Sosa. Kyle Schwarber, you'd love to see him get back to swinging a hot bat before he had the elbow injury. You want us to continue to see guys like Orion Kirkering, who picked up the win, by the way, today. You want to see him continue his dominance that he's been putting out there as of late. And Nick Castellanos. Here's what's funny about Nick Castellanos. I was watching the game with my dad, and we were talking about Nick Castellanos. I went back and I looked at it. Over the last 3 months, going into September, 276, 275, 275, and then September, going into today, like 188. Despite the success against the Rays, 188. Well, he found a way to help you today by taking one off the knuckles a little bit and putting that blooper into left field to make sure that he got on base, and then later scored that insurance run off the bat of JT Realmuto for that double to center. Everybody has to find a way to contribute. Even without the power numbers, Bryce Harper has obviously been able to do that. He's been hitting great, just not with power. He's been able to get in the gaps. He's been able to get total bases and all that. But when it comes to the home run, it hasn't been there until tonight. And then you see the guys go out there like Jeff Hoffman shuts it down. Big thanks, of course, to Cal Stevenson robbing the home run. It was a quick inning for Jeff Hoffman. And then Carlos Estevez goes out there to get his 26th save of the season. This was a breath of fresh air tonight. After really not being able to get anything going for the first 8 innings of the game when it mattered, the Phillies got something going in the later innings of this game tonight. And I think it helps reset a lot of people's confidence in this Philadelphia Phillies ball club. When we come back, we'll take a look at what you guys have to say about this game and how the Phillies came back and how you feel about this Phillies team with their magic number at 7 games. Looking at the NL East, I also want to mention the Braves are, of course, taking on the Dodgers. That game is either just getting underway or about to get underway in 7:20 start time. So at the time we do this, 4 minutes is first pitch. The Braves won last night. So I'd actually love for the Phillies to just beat the you-know-what out of the Dodgers for the time being, so the Phillies get a little bit more help as far as being the number 1 seed in the National League. Back in a few, this is Locked On Sports Philadelphia and the Locked On Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel, Locked On Phillies Postcast. Make sure you guys hit like and subscribe on Locked On Sports Philadelphia. How about PrizePicks? PrizePicks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. PrizePicks is the easiest, most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. And unlike other apps, PrizePicks is just you against the numbers. All you got to do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. PrizePicks is the only real money daily fantasy platform with an injury insurance policy so that your lineups stay in play even if one of your players gets injured. If your player leaves in the first half and doesn't return, PrizePicks, your picks are still alive with PrizePicks. PrizePicks puts your members first. How about that? If you're a member of PrizePicks, you come first. That's correct. That's how great a job they do with all withdrawals. They're fast, they're safe, and they're secure. When my picks hit, I can get my money in as quick as 15 minutes on PrizePicks. How great is that? Download the PrizePicks app today and use promo code LOCKEDONMLB and get $50 instantly when you play just $5. That is $5. When you play $5, you get 50 bonus bucks. You don't even have to win to collect your 50 bonus bucks. Just use promo code LOCKEDONMLB on PrizePicks to get $50 instantly when you play just $5. Don't even have to win to get your 50 bonus bucks. It's guaranteed. PrizePicks, run your game. And FanDuel. How about FanDuel? Just about 8 days left in this offer. If you haven't heard us talking about it yet, listen up for this incredible offer from the amazing people at FanDuel. We got something a little bit different, but it's fantastic. Now through September 22nd, all FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get 3-week free trial. That's a 3-week free trial of NFL Sunday Ticket for YouTube and YouTube TV. Then with the YouTube TV base plan, you'll be able to watch every regular season Sunday afternoon out-of-market game. All you need to do is have a Google account and a current form of payment, and you can cancel anytime. Just visit FanDuel.com. That's FanDuel.com. Download America's #1 sports book today. Visit FanDuel.com for this amazing offer. That's FanDuel.com. FanDuel.com, America's #1 sports book. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time where we check in to see what you guys have to say in the amazing chat check. How we feeling right now? Johnson Wall, how about Cal? battling and getting that pitch to put us up in that insane catch. Amazing. Babs, how are you? Happy Sunday, Farzy. Hun. Oh, Babs, you know I love a hun. Yeah, happy Saturday. Phillies even the series. We can feel good about going in tomorrow. Hopefully, Phillies get right back to being 30 games over 500. 89 and 59 on the season. Looking forward to it all. Brandon Kelly, where were you when Cal Stevenson saved the Phillies season? Let's go. From the people who brought you Brandon Marsh's catch against the Mariners saved the season. From the people who brought you Kyle Schwarber's grand slam saved the season against the Marlins. To the people that brought you the infield lip of the grass at Kauffman Stadium against the Royals saved the season. To the people who also brought you Cal Stevenson saved the season against the Rays. From the people that also brought you Edwin Uceda save the season by hitting Nick Castellanos. Now bring you Cal Stevens save a season part 2. Coming soon. All right. That's enough of that. John Marinelli, I am pleased with the... John, this is, of all the comments you've had, John, this is by far my favorite. I am pleased with the outcome of this baseball contest today. Were you not entertained? We were not entertained. Were we not entertained? We were entertained. I was entertained. Tim, what's going on? That kid had a heck of a catch. Nice to see Harper get 2 bombs. That was a better played ball game. That was a better played ball game. Christopher Michael, Cal must be feeling so good. Game of a lifetime for the Rook. How about that? Bam Man 100. Can't believe I'm asking this question, but was Taijuan Walker sort of clutch? For the people on the podcast, there's an exclamation point followed by a question mark. So clutch? Yeah. I know dang sure Cal Stevenson was clutch. Yeah. Morgan Landy, what's popping? Thank you, Men's Warehouse. What? We were losing 4-0, and I listened to the comeback as I tried on a suit. Oh, that's nice. Also, that Cal Stevenson kid isn't so bad. I believe he's 28 years old. But like I said, 43rd big league game tonight. How about that? IBH, hello. We needed a miracle, and it happened. This is a good omen. Thank you, Buddy Christ. Where's Buddy Christ at? Is he in the chat? Snow Goons, great comeback. Existentialism tyrant. We need more games like this. Total playoff feel. Let's go. Absolutely. Hope Bryce didn't re-injure his elbow in that last at bat. Here's the thing, though. Here's what's comforting about the Bryce Harper thing, about the last at bat, and he did that, right? He's done that at least 3 or 4 times. That might have been the 4th time I've seen him do it in the last 2 weeks. He has said that it's not going to get any better. It's not going to get any worse. So he's just going to play through it and hope the home run and hopes he keeps, slapping gaps, right? So I'm not going to be concerned about it. The only thing that does bother me a little bit is that pitch that was low and away that I saw him throughout the game foul away. He didn't even offer at it. That's a little concern. Lisa, hello, darling. How are you? Awesome comeback. I'm hoping Bryce's elbow is okay, as am I. Mike D. Hello, Mike D. Do we actually want the Braves to win their series this weekend? Yes, we absolutely do. Spurger King. Cal, I know who the Dippin' Cal, I know who the Dippin' Dots he is, Stevenson. Can I just say this about Dippin' Dots? I know for those of you that are, like 82, born in 82 or 90 maybe, Dippin' Dots, okay? Forever, they were the ice cream of the future, and now they're just Dippin' Dots. They're not the ice cream of the future. So are they now retro? Are Dippin' Dots now retro? These are the things I think about while most of you guys are at work. Are Dippin' Dots now retro ice cream? Because they're no longer the ice cream of the future. I know they can't be the ice cream of present day, right? I know they exist in present day, but are they now retro? Because I grew up with them. They're classics. Okay, you know what I mean? I also owned I still own an 8-track player, which is well before Dippin' Dots, but that's another story. Anyway, following me? No? Okay. All right. Daz, let's go Phils. I would love to know the stats on how many times the Phillies have struck out on sliders this year. It's probably too much. Frank, great win. Keep it up. Cal Stevenson, Def wasn't on the bingo card. No, he wasn't. Austin, hello, Austin. Bryce Harper is back. Where was everyone at today? I was stuck listening to the radio broadcast going in and out. What? Really? Oh, the Garden State Parkway? Keep it up, you Phils. Keep it up, you Phillies. Very You very Phillies. What? How about that? Chuck Hutton. What's going on, Chuck? Hello. So glad that Walker pitched well, kept us from wanting to Taijuan on. Wow. Chuck. That was amazing. As a dad joke aficionado, that was fantastic. I will be stealing that. And I'll be saying Chuck Hutton. Chat. Check the chat with Chuck. Whole new segment. Crazy. What's going on? Luckily, I did have Harper home run plus 500. Good for you. Farzy can't bet's the bar. How are you? Farzy, the Fightins need games like this to prepare for the postseason, for the playoffs. Yeah. Evelyn. Hello, darling. Evelyn's three things. Bryce Harper, Bryce Homer Harper. Clutch Cal. Love it. Love a comeback, especially in person. Oh, you were there. That's right. You were there. Matt, hello. I didn't know who Cal Stevens is. I guess his name is Yusuf. I don't know. Whatever that is. Chad Crawford, hello. Happy Saturday, Farzy. Love the contributions from the minor leaguers. Concerned about Harp's wrist and elbow. The only thing I'm concerned about is that he didn't offer at that. It wasn't a changeup. Can I pull it up in 2 seconds here? Whatever it was, he didn't offer at that last pitch. That was a little concerning. All right, I'm going to speed by here. Farzy, the Dodgers have absolutely no pitchers left. We know what the Braves don't have. Shouldn't be a problem winning the World Series this year? I hope so. My only concern of that is like the Yankees wiped the floor with you this year. You lost 2 or 3 to the Orioles this year. It should be an easy path. But then again, I thought it was going to be an easy path last year, and then the Diamondbacks happened. Enjoy watching the replay today. That's cool. Thanks, everybody in the chat. You guys are wonderful, as per usual. Let's see what you guys got coming up for tomorrow, hon. This is what we got coming on tomorrow. 1:35 start time. David Peterson, lefty versus lefty, as he takes on Christopher Sanchez. David Peterson, 9-2 on the season with a 2.98 ERA. He is coming off a start against the Toronto Blue Jays, where unfortunately that was the only loss the Mets suffered in that Blue Jays series. He allowed 4 earned runs, 5 runs in total, 8 hits, 4 1/3, walked 2. Did not surrender a home run. It was a 6-2 loss at the hands of the Toronto Blue Jays. But other than that, he has been pretty fantastic this year. I don't think he faced the Phillies this year. Let me just give a quick look, just to double check that for you guys. No, he has not faced the Phillies this year. So that'll be a first. Christopher Sanchez has had an interesting run against the Phils. We all remember that game back in May, I want to say it was, where Christopher Sanchez put everyone on base and then threw 9 pitches for 9 strikes and, of course, 3 strikeouts. Just like that. In total for Christopher Sanchez, I believe this is going to be his 3rd start against the Mets this year. Only his 2nd start against the Mets this year. Okay. His previous one, 5 2/3, 3 runs, all earned, 7 hits, and he did not surrender a home run. That's the way that's going to look for Christopher Sanchez. As of recently for Christopher Sanchez, he is coming off a 6 scoreless inning performance against the Tampa Bay Rays in the Phillies' 2-1 win. He surrendered just 4 hits in that outing and 1 walk, striking out 4. He has not allowed more than 2 runs in each of his last 3 starts. So let's hope the good times keep on coming for Christopher Sanchez. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. You guys are great as per you. Oh, whoa. Mullet Alvarado. Hey, Mullet. Stevenson saves the season part 3 coming this part 3 coming this October. These script writers are on something else. That's great. Buddy Christ. Hello. That's great. All right. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Appreciate you guys joining the show, watching the show, listening to the show. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to Locked On Sports Philadelphia for your Locked On Phillies postcasts. Hit like and subscribe right there. Smash that like button, if you will. And tell a friend. Be back with you guys tomorrow afternoon after the Phillies win the series against the New York Metropolitans. Once again, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. My name is Mark Farzetta. Have a great rest of your night, everybody. See you guys tomorrow.